Welcome back to Gran Camino. Today we're driving an icon, the Golf GTI, and this is the last of its kind. This is the last manual Golf GTI that VW will ever produce. And today we're going to take it out on the road, we're going to give it a thorough test and see whether this is a fitting send-off for a legend. This honeycomb design that you see on the front here, love those little honeycomb fog lights. It looks amazing, really distinct to this car. And this honeycomb design spills around into the front of the car, into the interior, and we see it in the instrument cluster and we see it spread all across the dash.
Back end of the Volkswagen Golf, simple and sleek. GTI logo in the old school font, really like that. The logo opens the back hatch and we got these chrome exhaust tips with a really thick pipe. Looks awesome. Coming around the side, we've got an understated Golf logo right here. Got some rims from the R spec that look really nice on this car. Volkswagen logo right here. Very interesting. I like the look of it. Another GTI logo down there, and then the red calipers. Whole thing looks really nice.
Let's have a look under the hood. Wow. Okay, they packed a lot in here.
It's a lot of plastic.
Oh yeah, okay. This thing comes right off. See ya. Whoops. So like any German engine, there's wiring everywhere. I can see why they put the cover over it. Everyone talks about the cover being a cost-saving thing because there's no badging on it. They use the same part across VW, Audi. So this 2-litre inline-4 turbocharged engine puts out 241 brake horsepower, 273 pounds-feet of torque, which is an improvement on the previous gen. Now, coming in here, we've got a very compact cast iron block. Here, we've got our airbox sucking in air into the turbo. It goes underneath the engine, through the intercooler, into the intake manifold, and into these pistons. Now, cast iron blocks generally can be tuned and modified to get a bit more power out of that. So I'd be very interested to understand, like, if you ever tuned one of these, let us know in the comments what kind of power you're running in this. Let's go see what she sounds like. It's enough talking about this car. Let's get in and drive it.
See what it can do on some windy roads.
Now this is where this car really excels. You find an open, windy road, and you just let it flow. She's already going. We've got all the confidence in the corners, we've got all the grip.
Even with the wet roads, it handles it well. We saw it during the winter with the last edition. It just handles it so well. Oh yeah, I remember this spot. It's got a nice dip. Beauty.
Oh, yeah. Hugs the corners. Absolutely not even a hint of understeer, which is what a lot of people complain about. Wow. Look at this. Look at this.
Uphill, just handling it. No
Wonderful.
problem.
Oh. Stepping out a little bit there.
Stepped out.
And I've accidentally turned the heated steering wheel on.
Oh.
So the suspension on the car is quite firm, so driving around like bumpy city roads isn't that comfortable, but when you actually start taking turns, it's really nice.
It just manages it like no problem.
Yeah,
got a tight hairpin
turbo makes a big difference.
Oh, that's so smooth.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Just like glued to the corner.
Yeah, it's like driving a cart, you know, like.
Yeah, it feels like a go-kart. Way more than the previous model, I would say. The previous one was a lot of fun to drive. It felt smaller than this. But this is, you're so connected to the road. There's no lean, you just right into the corner. And the tire she's on, very grippy. That with a no lean, just like throw it into any corner with absolute confidence. Like that, exactly like that. I'm glad this isn't my clutch.
Yeah, is that a little bit of
Right in
slippage there? It takes some getting used to. It's
Yeah,
very...
first and second in this car are really awkward gears.
She's a climber. Okay. I'm fucking dropping it, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's because the biting area is like so small. There's very little travel.
I think
Like 90% of the clutch does nothing. That was better.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's good.
Can stick a turn, can't it?
So one thing that this car is kind of lacking is that engine noise. Like outside the car, you hear that little exhaust crackle. It's completely absent inside. I've never heard it so far.
Yeah.
Which is kind of lacking. And all you get is just that kind of flat 2-liter inline 4 engine note. And I get that that's the engine inside it, but I also fear that they're pumping in sound. And the sound that they're pumping in is just all kind of meh. And they've pumped in noise in other cars as well. So I don't get why they can't pump in a nicer noise in this. Like the Audi, they pumped in noise in that and that sounded good. You know?
That engine noise,
Yikes.
transmission whine, and the exhaust, everything together is just chef's kiss.
Oh yeah.
I'm not digging it.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
It's not really meeting the expectations we had for a turbo inline 4 engine. You know, this could be a pocket rocket, but it's not. It's tamed.
Yeah. So let's talk about the strengths of this car. As we mentioned, the cornering is really good. The interior is a very comfortable space to be, and the ride quality is good. It's not too loud, even at highway speeds.
Yeah, the bolstered seats, when you're taking a turn, the car has grip on the road. You feel very confident. You don't feel squirrely whatsoever.
Great job with the styling. It's a really pretty car. But for me, that's about where the good stuff ends.
The Golf GTI has a really nice interior. The dash goes straight across, very minimal, and nice little pattern on it. Steering wheel, it's got some good grip. We both described it as chonky. It's a little too chonky, I'd say, but it does the trick. Manual transmission, 6-speed. It looks really nice, and it's got the golf ball pattern, which I think is really cool. The whole car has red stitching everywhere. It kind of has like a little bit of a PlayStation vibe with the red here on the seats too, and even has the GTI on both seats and the plaid. The seats are really nice with the bolstering. You know, I'll give them credit there. They perfected the seats in this car, and the whole interior, it's a really nice, comfortable spot to be.
Once you're inside, you're surrounded by all these cheap materials. This piano black plastic. Come on, guys. The thing that bothers me most about this car is that everything is abstracted away into this screen. Sure, we've got these capacitive buttons here, but these are a nightmare to press when you're driving along any road. The suspension is so stiff that you're just bumping along. You're trying to press any of this stuff and you can't actually press it.
When it comes to headroom, I'm 6'4", and there's actually a decent amount of space here. So when you're looking forward, you're comfortable. And in the back, it's actually surprisingly pretty good. I mean, if I stretch out, I'm touching the ceiling, but for the most part, I'm comfortable. And enough leg room as well. I think the Germans were really thinking about the Germans.
feel a little conflicted. I don't want to go too hard on this car because there are so many nice things about it. Like, it would make a great daily driver, but it just doesn't have the excitement factor that a GTI should have for me. Especially the manual is just kind of, it's a real letdown. I'm kind of wanting the flappy paddle DSG right now. That I would love to have that right now.
I feel like they're trying to push people towards the automatic because this isn't what I expected. But when we're not pushing it too hard, it's a really enjoyable ride. But as soon as you try to push it hard, it's just no fun.
You know how I feel about this? This is like Daniel Ricciardo's send-off. This is not the send-off everybody wanted, but this is the send-off we're being given for a manual GTI Golf.
Okay.
Like, Daniel Ricciardo didn't get a chance to say goodbye. He just got a teary interview where he wasn't allowed to say anything. This Golf is not allowed to sing us its favorite song. It's not allowed to deliver that performance that it really wanted to. It's kind of hampered, and I don't know why VW have done this.
They should have taken the limits off. They should have put a great clutch in it. They should have made this thing a tunable machine. But instead, they kind of just said, nah, this is what you get.
Which is a bit of a shame. So, definitely not a weekend warrior for me, but certainly a great daily driver.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
I could still see myself, once I get used to the clutch, I'd probably be cruising around town and the countryside in this, no problem. But
see, I don't know that I would do that. I think if I was going to get one, I'd just get the automatic.
There you go.
Because then you don't have to worry about it, and then there's no sour taste in your mouth.
Right.
You know? But that's how we see it. Let us know if you feel different. Are we just doing something wrong? Do you own one of these and you've had a good experience with it?
Yeah, maybe there's just more of a learning curve than we have time for. We have a short period of time with this car, and we like a lot of aspects of it, but the driving experience with the manual is just not where it could be.
Yeah.